Stop for a moment and listen. This message may be reaching you at exactly the right time. Not because everything in your life is perfect, not because you have all the answers, not because the pain is gone, but Jesus knows when a heart is tired. He knows when a soul feels heavy. He knows when someone has been carrying too much for too long. And today, Jesus is speaking to the person who feels worn out, to the one who has been smiling on the outside but fighting battles on the inside, to the one who has been trying to stay strong while quietly breaking inside, to the one who has been asking God for help, for peace, for direction, for one clear sign. This message is for you. Jesus is saying, my child, I know what you have been carrying. I know what has been hurting you. I know what has kept you awake at night. And I want you to know this: you do not carry it alone anymore. There are seasons in life that leave people exhausted, not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually. It is possible to look fine on the outside while feeling completely drained inside, and maybe that is where you are right now. Maybe you are tired of pretending, tired of being strong for everyone else, tired of waiting for something to change, tired of wondering when your prayer will be answered, tired of hoping only to feel disappointed again. But Jesus sees beyond the surface. He sees what nobody else notices. He sees the burden you never talk about. He sees the fear you hide behind your silence. He sees the questions you ask when nobody else is around, and instead of turning away from you, he comes closer. That is the heart of Jesus. He comes close to the weary. He becomes close to the broken. He comes close to the discouraged. He comes close to the person who feels like they have nothing left. So, if you feel weak today, do not think that disqualifies you from God's love. If anything, it may be the very reason this message is finding you now, because Jesus often speaks most clearly in the moments when human strength runs out. Sometimes God allows us to come to the end of ourselves so we can discover what it means to fully rest in Him, not in our own plans, not in our own understanding, not in our own ability to control the outcome, but in Him. And that kind of surrender can feel hard because part of us wants answers, part of us wants immediate change, part of us wants God to explain every delay, every closed door, every painful season. But faith does not always receive an explanation right away. Sometimes faith simply hears. Jesus says, "Trust me here, trust me in the waiting, trust me in the silence, trust me when do not understand what I am doing. My child, trust me when your emotions are loud. Trust me when the road feels long, but it is powerful. That is not always easy because when a person chooses to trust Jesus in difficult seasons, something holy begins to happen inside them. Their roots grow deeper, their spirit grows stronger, their dependence on God becomes more real, and often the very season that felt like it would destroy them becomes the season that transforms them. Maybe right now you are in a season that makes no sense, a seasons of delay, a seasons of closed doors, a season of emotional heaviness, a season where your prayers feel slow and your heart feels tired. But do not make the mistakes of assuming that because you do not understand the season, God is absent from it. Jesus is still working. Even when you cannot trace Him, He is still moving. Even when you cannot feel Him, He is still near. Even when nothing seems to be changing, He is still arranging things in ways you cannot yet see. He is a God who works behind the scenes. He works in conversations you are not part of yet. He works in doors you cannot open by yourself. He works in hearts, in timing, in details, in protection, in preparation. He works in way too deep and too wise for us to fully understand in the moment. That is why you must not judge your story by what you see right now. This chapter is not the whole book. The pain is not the final sentence. This delay is not the end of your future. Jesus is not finished with your life. There are some people listening to this who feel forgotten. You have been wondering if God sees you the same way He sees them. Hear this clearly. God has not skipped over you. He has not lost your name in the crowd. He has not forgotten the prayer you cried in private. Your timing may look different, but different does not mean denied. What God is doing in your life may not look like what He is doing in someone else's life because your calling, your path, and your preparation are not the same. So do not compare your hidden season to someone else's visible moment. Jesus knows exactly where you are and he knows exactly how to lead you forward. Some of you are carrying regret. You still think about past mistakes. You still reply moment you wish you could undo. You still hear the voice of shame trying to convince you that because of what happened, you are no longer worthy of peace, purpose, or blessing. But the same is not the voice of Jesus. Jesus convicts with love, but he does not crush with condemnation. He corrects, but he also restores. He calls you higher, but he never does it by telling you that you are beyond grace. One day, what feels delight now will reveal its purpose. One day, what feels painful now will become part of the story of how God carried you through. Until then, hold on to this truth. Jesus is with you. Jesus is for you. Jesus is sustaining you, and with Him, your story is never without hope. Amen. If this video bless you today, make sure to like, subscribe and share this message with someone who needs it. May Jesus give you peace, hope and strength for every step ahead. Thank you for watching and God bless you always.